Good afternoon, evening, everyone, and welcome to the Academic Upgrading Info Session. We have a lot of panelists here to help you understand what kind of tools we have to help you get your prerequisites and other upgrading options here at BCIT. As we go through the session, you'll be able to use the Q&A box to ask questions at any time. And I'll just show you how it looks in the next slide. It shows you here, you're looking for your Q&A, and you can ask a question of any of the expert staff here at any time. So feel free to use that. And we'll just get started. On your mobile, I have another picture, just how it looks on mobile if anyone is using their phone. We have a number of departments here to chat today, and they'll just be giving a really quick overview of their options, and they'll be answering the chat, as I said, throughout the 27 minutes that we have. We'll have professional English language development, PELD, we'll have math, we'll have the technology entry upgrading program, which is a package to upgrade a number of prerequisites, physics, chemistry, basic health sciences, trades, and then we'll have a little more Q&A, maybe verbally, and they'll be in that order. So I'm going to turn it over here to Nathan to cover what we have to offer you in PELD. Thanks, Nathan.
Hi, good evening, everyone. So my name is Nathan DeVos, and I represent the Professional English Language Development Program called PELD. And as the first presenter, for academic upgrading, I'll present now and answer your questions about English upgrading with PELD in the Q&A forum right after. Could you advance the slide? So PELD is one of BCIT's English upgrading options. English upgrading is sometimes necessary if you don't meet your program's English requirements. If this is the case, you can apply for and take one of our PELD courses beforehand. So as a laddered program, it's flexible, it's convenient, offering courses part-time during the week, in the evenings, or on the weekends. Each of our courses is about 7 weeks long. And if you take all 4 courses, it will take you only about 28 weeks to complete from start to finish. Usually our courses take place in the Burnaby or downtown campuses, but of course, due to COVID, all of our courses are currently taking place online. Could you move to the next slide? Perfect. PELD courses include reading and writing, as well as listening and speaking preparation. Depending on your application, of course, you may not need to take all the courses. Our courses are especially helpful in preparing students for BCIT because it uses a BCIT tailored curriculum with technical and business English content. The instructors know what you'll need to succeed in your first term programs because some of them have taught even in the full-time programs, currently teach in other BCIT programs, or have taught or teach at UBC or SFU. Could you advance the slide? So, where do you start? So if, for example, you don't meet your program's English 12 requirements, which is English 12 67% in many programs, but not all programs, then you could submit, for example, your grade 12 transcript or grade in one of the other language tests listed above and send them to our administrator at peld@bcit.ca. We'll share that email address with you again in a minute. And you'll be placed in the appropriate course according to your grade. Other application options, don't go that far ahead yet, just go back one. Yeah, perfect. Include IELTS, TOEFL, CALE scores, or LINC, which are CLB levels. If any of these are below your program requirements, you can go through PELD. BCIT also offers its own assessment, which is the COM15 or the COM33 test, which you can take if you don't have the documentation for your English. Okay, now we can move on to the next one. Perfect. So one of the big bonuses of our program is that it's part of adult a basic education and therefore tuition-free for Canadian citizens and permanent residents. And you can even apply for an additional small grant for books and other costs. So that's it from me. And I'll stick around for any questions that you may have in the Q&A forum. And I'll hand it off now to Winona from the math department.
Hello, my name is Winona, and I deal with math part-time studies courses, including math testing and upgrading. Many programs at BCIT require you to have taken a pre-calculus math 11 or pre-calc math 12. Often, though, if you've taken those courses, you might not have met the minimum grade required, or you wrote it or took the course more than 5 years ago, or even can't find a transcript showing your grades. And so what we have, and Cynthia, next slide, thank you. We have 2 tests that you can write to show your proficiency either in Math 11 or 12. We hold these tests approximately twice a month, most months of the year. It's a fairly straightforward test, 45 problem type questions, no multiple choice. It's a long test, 4 hours, closed book, no formula sheets, and gives you an opportunity to show that you indeed have the math skills that are required for the program you're applying for. The test is around $130, $40. Many programs will allow you to write the test up to 3 times, although you need to check with the program you're applying for. And the nice thing is the mark you get on these tests is the mark you can use to apply to your program with. So if you got 80% on a Math 12 test, on our competency test, you can use 80% as your math mark on your application. Now, for those that haven't taken their Math 11 or 12, we have another option. Cynthia, you can move forward. We do offer some upgrading courses. So our Math 12 upgrading course is Math 0001. It's offered in the evenings 3 times a year. The grade you get in this course, again, is the grade that you can use for your application and is equivalent to your pre-calculus 12. Although it is important to note that you can't take this mark and to another institution. It is strictly to be used only at BCIT. Similarly, for Math 11, you can take our Math 007. It's offered in the evenings as well and is offered 3 times a year. The start dates for each of these are September, January, and a couple of options in April, May, and June. And again, you can use this for your mark on your application to apply for any of the programs requiring Math 11 or Math 12. And that's pretty much it for me. And I think I'll pass. If you have any questions, please email MathPTS, and I'd be happy to answer them. And I will also take a look at the Q&A section and answer any questions coming through. And now I think I turn it over to Charles for our Tech Entry program.
Thanks, Winona. I'm Charles Hoey. I'm the program head for Tech Entry. TE is also what we call it, or Tech Entry or Technology Entry, is for those who are looking for a solid academic preparation before entering one of the BCIT's technology programs. It's also for those who need to improve their skills or meet program prerequisites in core areas such as communication, math, chemistry, and physics. Finally, it's also for those who need BC educational equivalents to supplement their credentials earned at other schools. Slide. Yeah, that's me on the left there, if you were confused about that. About the program itself, it's a 15-week full-time cohort program, daytime program. It offers a broad introduction to post-secondary education in what we call a focused but friendly atmosphere. Besides the chem, math, and physics courses, we also have rounded out by an introductory course to computer applications, as well as a learning skills seminar with an overview of technology options and related careers. We also have what we call our TE Tech Day, which allows students to spend a day in their immersed in their follow-up program. It's a great chance to meet and ask questions of the faculty and students in your follow-up program. Now, much like the follow-up programs, you'll be part of a 23-person or 23-student cohort, and you all take the same courses and on the same schedule. That's exactly like they will have in the program, so it's a great introduction there. TE is offered in September and January terms. You can take a look at the website for specific courses that are being offered. The program for winter 2021, which is the January term, will be online, completely online, but you're expected to be available from Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, and you need access to a computer with a reliable connection. Some programs have prerequisite requirements that are outside the TE programs, such as some of the biology programs. Please check the BCIT website to see which particular prereqs you need. One note, register early. This program fills up quite quickly. Next slide. This has been mentioned already. I just mentioned it again. This is it's covered by the Adult Basic Education, is tuition free in BC. The AUG grant, the Adult Upgrading Grant, will help cover costs like fees, books, supplies, transportation, and unsubsidized childcare. You can also read there what Spencer has written. Spencer was one of our students from a couple of years ago who did very well coming through. And now I'm going to talk about the PTS Physics, which is on the next slide. Actually, you can just skip to the next one too. The physics department offers several courses and challenge exams that through PTS with part-time studies to allow students to obtain prerequisites for the follow-up programs. All courses and challenge exams will be online in winter 2021, the January term. Again, register early, courses fill up. Courses are offered in evening in the major terms, so the September and January term. You may have some daytime courses and evenings in the summer terms, and you may be expected to be available for certain times, even though they're online. Contact the course instructor for any more info. That's it for PTS Physics, and for the program entry, I'll pass it on to Dr. Jimmy Lowe.
Thanks, Charles. So next slide, please. So I'm Jimmy Lowe. I'm an instructor in the chemistry department. And if you're looking to upgrade some of your chemistry marks, if you took it in the past, or if you need something that is more current to apply to a BCIT program, we do offer the Chemistry 12 and Chemistry 11 challenge exams. So there's actually an offering next week if you're thinking of signing up. Otherwise, there's another one scheduled in November. So again, there's a fee for writing the challenge exam. They will all be online for the fall term. And you can use these marks to apply to a current BCIT program. If you have any more questions, you can contact me through the website there, or I'll stay around for the Q&A if you have any other specific questions. I'll turn it over now to David from Basic Health Sciences.
Hello, everyone. I'm David Kojang from the Basic Health Science Department. We have a few challenge exams and part-time studies courses geared at students who wish to enter School of Health programs. Now, the School of Health programs have varying entry requirements, and therefore we have courses that will enable interested applicants to gain the prerequisites specifically for the program that they want to enter. So we have the next slide, please. So first of all, the challenge exams, we have two challenge exams. One is for those who may have completed Biology 12, but more than 5 years prior to their entry into a School of Health program, and wish to demonstrate their currency in Biology 12. Just like you heard from Jimmy and from math, there's a small cost to the challenge exams. So Biology BHSC 0012 is the Biology 12 challenge exam. We also have another for anatomy and physiology. So for those who may have taken a first-year anatomy and physiology at the post-secondary level, but more than 5 years before they gain entry into a School of Health program, we can give you the opportunity to demonstrate currency with anatomy and physiology as well, and that is BHSC 0020. And then we also have the Biology 12 equivalent course, that's BHSC 0110. It is a human anatomy and physiology course, more or less bridging the knowledge that you would have gained in Biology 12 to that you might gain in a post-secondary anatomy and physiology course. It's required for entry into a variety of School of Health programs. I don't have enough time to go through the programs that require BHSC 0110, however, you can find that information on our website. And finally, we have 3 courses that are more advanced. The first one is an anatomy and physiology. It is a 6-credit anatomy and physiology course required for entry into the Bachelor of Nursing program at BCIT, but it's also fully transferable to any other institution in BC. And then we have 2 psychology courses, which are required for entry into, either one of them is required for entry into the nursing program, or for satisfying the social science requirement in the nursing program, and also the psychology requirement in prosthetics and orthotics. Those courses can be taken independently of each other. No, please note that the first one is not a prerequisite for the second one. So they can be taken in any order according to what the student desires. And so I think my 2 minutes are about over. And as I said, there's more information on the website, but please, if you have any questions, please ask them in the Q&A, and I will respond as best as I can. Thank you. And now we will move on to the trades.
Yes. Good evening. My name is Connor Hoffler. So I work at the Trades Access Department. Specifically, I generally work at the Trades Learning Center. And I'm just going to have a kind of a brief discussion just on both the upgrading options that we have and the challenging options we have. So next slide, please. So as the name implies, the trades entry assessments are designed specifically for entrance into the foundational trades programs at BCIT. I just always like to make it clear that you cannot use these assessments for entrance into the other academic programs. So I like the School of Business and Media and the School of Health Sciences. These are not applicable there. I've kind of divided it into two little sections there, both the achievement assessments and the aptitude assessments. So the achievement assessments are similar to the challenge exams that my colleagues have spoken about. Perhaps you are going into, say the Millwright Foundation program, which requires English 50% and Foundations Mathematics 11 at 67%. And perhaps you don't quite have that same percentage or that required percentage. You can write these assessments as a way of proving that you're ready for these programs. A lot of people think that say the vocational or the trades programs don't have that academic rigor, but I can assure you that the reading homework and the mathematics is quite high. For the aptitude assessments, the abstract and mechanical. These don't have a course equivalent for them. So I'm going to say if a program requires them, then this is the only way of doing it. These are usually checking for like pre-existing knowledge, but more or less on your innate intellectual abilities. Any one of these assessments is $40. They do range in time from 20 minutes to 45 minutes. The specific score you need, so I'm going to say like how well you do on the assessment, that's determined by the program. You can only write them twice in a term. So we do typically offer them at BCIT. So at the Trades Learning Center, you do have to sign up. So now in a pandemic kind of world, you do have to actually book an appointment to write them with us. You can write them at other institutions. So say if you lived anywhere else in the world, you can write it at a local institution. And we are currently rolling these assessments out with ProctorU. So by next week, you will be able to write them essentially anywhere and at any time they want. Next slide, please. And then we do offer, these are kind of the two other services. So part of our courses, these are upgrade courses. We do have a mathematics and a literacy or study skills or a reading comprehension. Much like the other courses that my colleagues have spoken about, our mathematics course is part of adult basic education. So if you're a Canadian citizen or permanent resident, you don't have to pay tuition for it. The technical literacy is not part of the adult basic education, so you do have to pay the tuition for that. One of the other services that we have here with Trades Access is our tutorial services. So this is a free service. Generally, I'm going to say it's usually about math. But some people do have study skills or exam prep or blueprint or drafting. We do have it in person and via Zoom. You just have to contact the email address trades_tutorial at bct.ca and just make an appointment for it. We're fairly flexible on hours and times, and I mean with Zoom or with in person, it can be multiple people. If it is in person, we currently have a limit of 5 people per session. Is about the one kind of caveat with it, and that's about all I have to say. I will be around for the Q&A. I always recommend to reach out via email. If you have a question that just kind of comes up later, and again, you can always reach me at trades_tutorial or trades_assessment for more information. Yeah, I guess next slide.
Thank you, Connor.
Yeah.
Thank you. So we're almost winding up here. A number of people have been asking where to access the recording of this session if you missed part of it or from another day. And I think the answer keeps on being that it will be loaded to the YouTube channel at some point. So it will be possible to re-see it. But a good place to start if you want to learn more about admissions, upgrading, look at other info sessions, look at our campus, is to go to bcit.ca/experience. And you can start there and find the path that suits you. We are at the end of our academic upgrading content, and we also don't have any open questions. So we'll just leave the chat open, and the team will continue to type answers. But otherwise, we thank you for participating, and hope if you're looking for more information, stay on for the next sessions. Thank you.